Hello everyone, and welcome to my CBS Soaps official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Days of Our Lives spoilers for Friday, October 24th, reveal that Sarah Horton Kiriakis will decide she's done with Xander Kiriakis, while Amy Choi has a grandbaby encounter. Johnny DiMera will also fear the worst, so let's talk about what's coming up on Duel. Although Xander recently agreed to live under the same roof with Sarah and Victoria Kiriakis again, their blissful family bubble is already bursting. That's because Xander just admitted he was indeed the one who attacked Philip Kiriakis. Despite Xander's attempt to apologize and explain, Sarah won't want to hear it. The only reason Sarah even took Xander back is because she thought she was wrong about the whole Philip situation. Now that Xander has deceived Sarah again and made her feel like a fool, she'll determine that there's nothing left to salvage in this marriage. Day's spoilers say Sarah will take off her wedding ring set and order Xander to get out of the house, so he'll be heartbroken. Over with Stephanie Johnson and Alex Kiriakis, they'll rehash the past. Stephanie may open up to Alex a little more about her history with Jeremy Horton and her concerns that he won't keep his distance. Of course, Stephanie and Alex are wrong about the person who leaked her Anastasia Sands secret to Leo Stark. EJ DiMera is at fault, so maybe Stephanie will eventually discover the real story and start to give Jeremy a little more credit for changing his ways. Alex, on the other hand, will remain wary of Jeremy and seems poised to keep finding reasons to clash with him. Next, Day's spoilers say Leo and Javi Hernandez will have an encounter with Amy, who'll enjoy some bonding time with Tesoro once she gets him out of his stroller. Amy already connected with Tesoro a bit before she knew he was her grandson. Now that Amy knows the truth, she'll be even more drawn to Tesoro, especially since Sophia Choi is headed to Bayview. Day's spoilers suggest that'll leave Amy latching onto Tesoro for comfort. This encounter will also give Amy a chance to share some updates with Leo and Javi regarding Sophia's mental health facility plans. Meanwhile, Johnny will fear the worst since Sophia can't take responsibility for all her lies and manipulation in her current state. Sophia suffered a psychological break and can't officially clear things up, so the adoption is still in jeopardy. Days of Our Lives spoilers say Johnny and Chanel Dupree DiMera will remain worried about whether they still have an opportunity to adopt Tesoro, so stay tuned for more family-related news. The morning light filtered through the curtains of the Kiriakis mansion as a hush lingered where warmth once lived. Sarah Horton Kiriakis stood near the living room window, her hands trembling slightly as she clutched her wedding rings. The shine that once symbolized healing, forgiveness, and shared future now felt foreign, an illusion that dissolved the moment the truth came out. Xander watched her cautiously from a few steps away. His posture was uncharacteristically vulnerable. Gone was the smug certainty he often carried like armor. This time, there was only regret. Heavy, choking regret. "Sarah," he said, his voice raw. "I didn't want to lie to you. I didn't want to hurt you. I was trying to protect us. Protect you." Her laugh was short, wounded, bitter. "Protect me?" "Xander, you attacked Philip. You put the blame on someone innocent. You looked me in the eye, me, the woman you swore you'd finally treat right, and you lied. Again." It was the again that cut deepest, because they'd been here before. So many times. Pain, apologies, promises. The cycle always returned. Xander took a cautious step forward. "I know I messed up. I know I should have told you the truth. But Philip was—" "It doesn't matter what Philip was doing," Sarah snapped, crying now, though she fought it. What matters is that I stood here and defended you. I fought everyone for you. I told Maggie, I told Justin, I told myself that I was wrong, that I had judged you unfairly. I let myself believe we were starting over. She looked at the rings in her hand, small, delicate, yet holding the weight of her world. And now I look like a fool. Xander's face crumpled. You're not a fool. You're the best thing that's ever happened to me, and I threw it away. But please, Sarah, we can fix this. We always do. No, she whispered, her voice weak, but her decision strong. Not this time. She slid the rings onto the table, slow, final, devastating. Get out, Xander. His breath caught, as though the air had been punched out of him. He opened his mouth, closed it again, searching for words strong enough to stop the unraveling. But there were none. He left without another word, just the soft sound of defeat as the door clicked shut behind him. And Sarah stood alone, staring at the rings that once promised forever. Elsewhere in Salem, Stephanie Johnson sat across from Alex Kyriakis in the small bar off the square, the atmosphere thick with unspoken tension. A cup of lukewarm coffee sat untouched in front of her. Alex leaned in, his eyes trying to read her expression. So, Jeremy's back in town. And you're... what? Worried? Stephanie sighed. It's not just that he's back. It's the past. I know he's changed, at least he says he has, but I've seen how easy it is for him to get pulled into old habits. And now everything with Anastasia Sands being exposed, I just don't know who to trust anymore. Hey, Alex said gently, reaching out but stopping short of touching her hand. You can trust me. She looked up, hesitation flickering in her eyes. Can I? The question cut him. He didn't show it, but it settled like a stone in his chest. You think I leaked your secret to Leo? I didn't. I would never do that to you. I want to believe that, Stephanie said softly. I really do. But someone did, and Jeremy is the obvious suspect. But the truth hovered nearby, invisible to them both. E.J. DiMera, smirking behind a curtain somewhere, enjoying the chaos he had set loose like a snake in a henhouse. Alex leaned back, muscles tense. Jeremy might be playing the changed man role, but I'm not convinced. I've seen guys like him before. They always slip. And maybe you're judging him based on your own mistakes, she replied, her tone gentle but pointed. Alex froze. Stephanie didn't mean it to be cruel, but it landed like a blow anyway. The two sat in silence, a quiet war of doubt and loyalty simmering between them. Meanwhile, in the town square, Leo Stark and Javi Hernandez pushed Tesoro's stroller through a bustling crowd. Fall decorations hung from lamp posts, orange leaves crunching underfoot. Amy Choi walked toward them, her face tired but touched with a softness Leo had never seen before. Look who's here, Leo teased, grinning. Grandma Choi. Amy blinked, then let out a watery chuckle. I'm still getting used to that word. She knelt down, gently unbuckling Tesoro from the stroller. The little boy looked up at her with wide eyes, and something warm lit inside her chest. She held him close, inhaling the familiar baby scent. Powder, milk, innocence. He looks so peaceful, Amy whispered. Sophia. She loved holding him like this. She always said he was the one thing she didn't mess up. Leo and Javi exchanged a somber glance. Amy continued. They're transferring her to Bayview this afternoon. They say it's what she needs. Therapy, evaluation, stabilization. Her voice trembled. But it feels like goodbye. Javi rested a hand on her shoulder. It's not goodbye. It's just a break. A pause so she can heal. But Amy shook her head. I don't know if she'll ever come back from this. Tesoro cooed softly, patting her cheek, almost reminding her that love still existed, even in shattered families. Leo swallowed hard. You can spend more time with him, you know. As much as you want. Chanel and Johnny want what's best for him. But the words tasted uncertain, because there was no guarantee. At the DeMira apartment, Johnny paced the living room while Chanel sat curled on the couch, holding a stack of adoption documents. I talked to the lawyer, Chanel said quietly. They said until Sophia is mentally stable enough to officially confirm the truth, the adoption remains unresolved. Johnny ran a hand through his hair. She tried to explain everything before the break. She knows Tesoro isn't ours biologically. She knows she lied. But now she doesn't even understand where she is half the time. Chanel's voice cracked. What if we lose him, Johnny? He stopped pacing and knelt in front of her. We won't. We're not going to lose him. We're his parents. In every way that matters. Tears finally spilled down Chanel's cheeks. But love isn't always enough. Johnny wrapped his arms around her, holding her as though he could shield her from the world itself. In that moment, there were no lawyers, no judges, no paperwork. Just two hearts fearing the same loss. Back at the Kyriakis mansion, Sarah finally sat down, exhausted by her own heartbreak. She picked up Victoria's baby monitor from the table, listening to their daughter breathing softly upstairs. She had dreamed of stability, of healing, of the version of Xander who had held their daughter like she was treasure. But love alone couldn't rewrite a person's nature. She wiped her eyes and whispered into the empty room, maybe someday, but not now. Outside, unseen, Xander sat in his car in the driveway, gripping the steering wheel so tightly his knuckles turned white. He would have knocked. He would have begged. But he knew, really knew, that this time words weren't enough. For the first time in a long time, the unbreakable Xander Kyriakis broke. And somewhere in Salem, the wheels of fate continued turning. Secrets still simmered beneath the surface. Love still clung to hope. And the next chapter was waiting. Thanks for watching if you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and don't miss any updates.